I wonder what our championship odds are right now. Probably now's the time to buy in. Oh, a guy's injured.
You're probably safe buying in earlier. What was our over-under in Vegas?
45?
45 and a half or something?
46 and a half, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't think the championship odds were very high on a team that couldn't win 50 games.
Let's see. Basketball Reference says preseason odds was plus 5,000. It seems.
Yeah, we're currently at plus 5,500, it looks like.
Okay.
So. Oh, we're up to plus 6,000. Win an extra $1,000.
Man, I should have put $100 down on that.
Because you don't like $100?
I believe in this team.
Got a $100 bill that you were mad at?
They're a second half team. I'll tell you what. Watch out.
Yeah, as we've seen from every second half so far this season.
Second half of the season. Second half.
Be more specific there.
Yeah, so just prepare to.
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
I got my sweet jerk with them. Shoes on.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to.
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbelievable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You are listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. This is episode 726. Coming from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're going to discuss injuries, and we got some Undegoogable for you. Joining me this show are two of our analysts, still coast to coast, like buttered toast. From Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles, Sean Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Shouting out to civility. Democracy has fallen, so I hope we're all being kind to each other.
And from Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
Suck it, Colson.
The thing is, relatively speaking, he could have done way worse. So that was pretty civil.
It's about
He's
as
from the
civil
future
as
now.
Harper gets.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get in on this civility, you can help support our show by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables. And I'll say this. Our Slack is probably it's all civil all the time. Right? Especially in Colson's private channel, it's just called Civil War. I don't know what's in there. I'm not allowed in, but it just says Civil War, and then in parentheses it says planning. So I don't know what that means, but
it's real vague.
I'm assuming it's some reenactment thing, but yeah, I don't know. You know, Colson, I did have one time. This is like not that long ago. Within the last 10 years, we had a soccer game scheduled at this field, for my adult league, and we could not play there because there was an active Civil War reenactment going on.
Oh, nice.
And so I think that there was they were shooting, muskets and stuff, or whatever they were doing, cannons and whatnot. So we found another field.
It makes it unsafe to play soccer while cannons are going off. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's not recommended.
Okay.
Not in the FIFA bylaws.
Soft Europeans.
FIFA's an international game, my brother. International organization.
Soft international peoples. Perfect.
So if you want more of that, head over to patreon.com/undebeatables. And you can support us for as little as $1 per month. All right, team. Well, as I had mentioned at the top, Pacers looking at some injuries. We're recording this as we're recording. There are four players on the injury report. 2 we know won't be back for probably the season. This is Isaiah Jackson and James Wiseman with both torn Achilles. And the other 2, by the way, both of those are our backup big men, leaving us with 1 Miles Turner and some question marks. And 2 other starters, or 2 of our starters, Nembhard and Nesmith, were both listed as day-to-day with knee and ankle injuries. And Nesmith, the last report I saw from Scott Agnes was that it's not a day-to-day thing with Nesmith. And the quote is, "It was not a simple sprain. He was scheduled to undergo testing this weekend." So we've got that. So we've got TBD for Nesmith. Nembhard seems like should be back soon, but it leaves us a little thin at a lot of positions. So I think we've got the short-term problem, which I want to discuss, with our 2-3 spot, and essentially season-long issue with no backup centers. I think that the temporary problem is easily solved, right? There's somebody I'm thinking of that can play the 2 or the 3, and as far as I can tell, he's out there, and he makes him dance. We're entering the final years that we might want to get a productive Lance Stevenson back on this team, and he said he wants to retire in Indiana. So why don't we make everybody happy? We could fill some holes in the lineup, make the fans happy, and let him retire as a Pacer.
If these are longer term injuries, I don't think that's that bad an idea. I mean, just for the fans and for symmetry or something. I love me some Lance, and we've gone to that well before when we've had injuries and we've brought him back, and it's always been good for the team. So yeah, why not? But I don't think this Nesmith and Nembhard injuries are long term. Short term, Mathurin and Shepard are going to get the starts, and well deserving. Both second year kids look fantastic. Shepard, 6 3-pointers in that New Orleans game. Benedict Mathurin coming off one of the best games in his career against Boston. Those guys are hungry and ready. Definitely thins out our bench pretty quick, though. I think Jarris Walker will be seeing some minutes. We're probably going to have to dust off James Johnson, right? I mean, what is he, 50? But I mean, he's legitimately the only other center on our roster. I mean, we can play Obi Toppin there, of course. Pascal can definitely see some rotation minutes there. Jarris Walker has played some spot minutes for us at center, but Enrique Freeman, who we put out there as a rookie, he's really a power forward. He's only 6'7".
So's James Johnson.
Yeah, but James Johnson's also got old man strength, Freeman doesn't have that yet, so.
I think he also has MMA strength.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
He's the don't mess with him strength and the crazy eyes. He is currently averaging per 36 minutes, 18 points, 9 assists and 9 blocks, James Johnson. So I figure put him out there. Now, Isaiah Jackson per 36 was averaging 15 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3.5 blocks. But also over 6 personal fouls. So he may not be able to... I don't know if he would see 36 minutes if we gave him that many. But my point about that is he was very active rebounder and assister and blocker. And we're going to miss him. And dunker.
I mean, is there any need to go to the market to fill these holes?
Yeah. So once it becomes official, we should be entitled, if we decide to pursue it, for a disabled player exception, which basically means it's like, if you're a football fan, it's like the pup list. And it doesn't create a roster spot, and there's some rules about who you can sign to those roles and how much you can pay them. But you can sign somebody to basically a 1-year deal if your guy's going to be out the entire year. If you want a true center, there are some names that you've heard of. Bismack Biyombo.
Okay.
Robin Lopez.
Hey, I'll take a Lopez.
And JaVale McGee are all, as far as I know, still available. And those guys are all true centers.
Yeah.
However, power forward may be the place where you guys get a little bit more interested. In addition to, Jay Crowder, Gallinari, and Marcus Morris. Out there is also Terry Taylor.
Oh,
who could
yeah,
immediately
Birdhouse.
solve our rebounding problems.
Bring back the birdhouse.
But he's like 6'5", right?
I know, but he was still our best rebounder when he was on the team.
And Atlas, Thaddeus Young,
Oh,
not currently signed to an NBA roster.
how old is Thaddeus right now?
36.
Okay, old man strength.
And that was not MMA strength.
I would take Birdhouse or Atlas in a heartbeat. I also didn't hate the Lopez or Bismack Biyombo. Even a JaVale McGee. I mean, I know he was always on starring Shaqtin' the Fool, but
He's not going to make our defense worse.
I mean, he won a title as a backup, center. So I mean, he can be useful.
I mean, he's a
It
giant
wasn't
dude.
because of him.
I mean, he played minutes on a championship rotation for the Lakers. Joey disagrees.
I mean, he did do that, but I mean, he ended up on
You're
Shaq
so
and the Fool
angry.
for a reason. The other guys I'm fine with.
Just drawing the line at JaVale McGee.
Yeah, there's
Not in his backyard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Not in my backyard. No McGee's.
He may be the best player.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, he's better than Robin
Prove me wrong.
Lopez.
That's what I'm. Bring him over here and prove me wrong. I'd be happy.
Oh,
to do that.
now he wants us to sign him first. Okay. Well, there you go, Pritchard. Buchanan.
Also, I want Robin Lopez to fight the mascot or whatever. Like, I want
he is hilarious.
He's hysterical.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
He'd be a fan favorite immediately.
100%.
What's Scott Pollard doing nowadays? We always loved his crazy haircuts and too many tattoos.
Knitting big socks. I don't know.
Well, and your boy Chad, or what was his name? Buttinger?
Oh, Chase.
Chase.
Yeah, it's off season for volleyball.
Yeah, so he could probably
Dust him off.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little small, but whatever.
I mean, if you just
like
need size,
6'7",
we got
right?
Johnny Furphy. He's like 6'8".
All right, come on,
Maybe
Furphy.
he can. Maybe you bring Taylor in to be Furphy's mentor.
Terry Taylor. I mean, if you come back as a Pacer, it helps your getting on the Colster's top 25.
Right?
There's
Taylor
a
was
lot of
already-
people with opportunities here.
I'm telling you, a lot of guys can come back and just skyrocket up the list.
Justin Holiday's out there too. Maybe you just want to throw a little 15-day contract at him.
How is he not signed by somebody?
I don't think he's on a team right now.
He's a true professional.
Because he can't rebound like Terry Taylor. Then why can't Terry Taylor get signed? Well, never mind.
Yeah.
I disproved my own point again.
Some
I
O'Shea
am my own
Brissett.
worst enemy.
Ooh,
Brissett.
the sauce.
The sauce.
Yeah, all the guys with good nicknames left. Come bring them back.
So, and that's actually you came right to my next topic. We can go back to the we go to my side discussion here. Benedict Mathurin has a nickname that I didn't know about.
Is it Big Mac?
Oh no, it is not Big Mac. It is the Maple Mamba.
Oh,
'Cause he's
good
Canadian.
Lord.
That's not good.
I mean,
like that.
Maple Mamba. Oh, you don't think it's not? You think it's not good because you don't get it. Maple Mamba.
who
I think
calls
it's
him
too.
that?
It's too straightforward. Yeah, I think we need to make it make less sense.
Well, it's more straightforward because it's something that he's aware of and that he endorses.
Does he endorse it?
This is there's like the Pacers tweeted out today a little get to know Benedict Mathurin. Nickname Maple Mamba. Fun fact, play hockey for 2 years. Favorite holiday, Christmas. Favorite colors, black and red. Favorite musician, just like you, Colson, Lil Baby.
That's
And,
no longer
favorite
we get along
series
so
to
well.
stream, Money Heist. And most used emoji is the thank you, like
The prayer.
the hands together.
Okay, so
my point is, there's some good nicknames here. That was my point.
Lil Baby probably could win a baby race. Most likely.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go do your word association.
No, I am. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying
what
to
we're
get
doing.
there.
Okay. I thought you were
can
doing.
see it in his eyes.
Oh, that's what I mean. He's got a cadence. He's got a demeanor about him when this happens.
It's like he's being possessed.
Yeah. Well, I was going to
channeling.
help you. I thought you were going to go with like Baby Maple or something like that. But he goes his own route. It's never where I think it's going.
No.
Yeah, but like we saw another baby race champion recently was the butt scooter.
Yeah. And that was your nickname.
So I think we call Benedict Mathurin Big Mac butt scooter.
Okay.
I'm sure he's thrilled with this development.
We'll workshop it. It's a start, though. There's something there.
It's already better than Maple Mamba.
Thank you.
I feel like a snake is going to die in 3 seconds in Canada. Like a cold-blooded creature in a tundra. It's no good.
They're deadly. They're just slow. That's all.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be known for slow and deadly.
Well, if you're all say you've had a bunch of Molsons and or Labatt's or some Moosehead, you're gonna be
I'm sure Benedict Matherin's had some Moosehead.
I don't like the implication. I don't like the way you looked at me when you said that. Like too much eye contact. I don't like it.
Yeah, why was it? He wouldn't blink. Like a snake. All right, so back to
butt
other
scooter
topics
bathroom.
besides this one.
BMBS.
We've got some options once these guys are clear, their roster spots are cleared. Well, we might be able to get 2, right? Is that how that works, Harper? We could, guys that are on long-term injuries, we could potentially fill both of their spots, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't actually create a roster spot. Like everybody's still on the team, but yeah, you basically get to sign somebody for, either the mid-level exception or it has to be like half of what the other person was making, which in the case of, Isaiah Jackson is not a lot of money. And also in the case of Wiseman, although I think Wiseman's probably making more. But the guys that we're looking at signing aren't going to be huge money, so it shouldn't really be an issue. But yeah, potentially 2 guys, assuming that we're not planning on getting those guys back for the playoffs, which would seem pretty darn ambitious.
Yeah, my theory is you just sign one and hope one of them comes back for the playoffs.
My guess is you would have to designate.
Oh, darn it. Yeah. Well, I mean,
but you're more hopeful for Isaiah Jackson, probably. But
I am.
Also, maybe he's the guy that you wouldn't rush back in any case.
Right, because he's a long-term prospect.
Yeah. So.
What about? I don't know if this team can handle a Lopez and a JaVale McGee at the same time.
I mean, if you're going to get JaVale McGee, you have to get Thaddeus Young at that point to keep him in line, right? I mean, that's.
You can't have McGee and Lance Stevenson on the same team.
No, you can't do that. That definitely breaks many rules.
Joe, he's talking about the 2 knucklehead rule is what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, I get it.
We love you, Lance. Come back and see us. If he came back for a 4th time, I think he would be automatically in the top 5.
Where is he now? Where is he today?
I'm pretty sure he's like 6. Okay. So it wouldn't be that big of a leap.
He's in 1 spot? That's all he gets? Are you going to your wallet to pull your list out?
I am. I
also feel like that even rumors should move him a little bit up the track as well.
The rumor that you started?
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Fluid List 2024. Lance is currently at number 5.
He's already at number 5. Okay. So yeah. So he moved down on the list when we started talking about him somehow.
Yeah. No. So if he comes back for a 4th time, I will make him a top 3 all-time pacer.
Yeah. I mean, he'd have to be at least 4 because he's been back 4 times.
Right.
So yeah, 3 feels about right. I mean, who's number 3 right now?
Antonio Davis.
Okay.
He could be ahead of Antonio Davis if he comes back a 4th time.
And how many stints did Davis have?
It's just 1, but it was very important to me, Joey.
And who's number 25? Who's in the danger zone right now?
Jonathan Bender.
Oh, Bendy.
Oh.
All right, who's 24? Because we know Bendy ain't going anywhere.
Travis Best.
All right, so Best is out.
My Best.
Granger, 23. He might be.
Ooh, boy.
He's slipping fast.
Yeah. Boy, that would have been hard to believe 12 years ago.
I know.
Can you believe that you're telling me that Granger and Best are side by side on that list?
It's a competitive list.
And Jonathan Bender.
You want to hear my in waiting list? So
yeah.
I mean, Workman's 26 right now, but I've got Matherin and Isaiah Jackson at 27 and 28. So. And then Fred Jones. And then Byron Scott. So apparently Matherin and Isaiah Jackson have jumped Byron Scott.
Already gotten past Byron Scott, huh?
Well, they're in waiting. It's a fluid list.
Yeah.
Oh dear. We'll have to update that at some point. Maybe once Lance comes back.
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the year, so we'll update that one. I say we do it at maybe at the end of free agency. We is the cutoff for the list.
Okay. Fair enough, just in case somebody comes back.
Somebody, he says.
Lancey Pants. Reggie.
I'm into it. All right, so we've solved this, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
seems like we're good.
We talked at the beginning of the season about how we have 12 guys we'd like to see have minutes. We've got a really talented team with a lot of depth and a lot of young guys that we'd love to have see minutes. It's an opportunity for those guys.
This gets us to an 8-man rope.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on losing all of our big men, but this does open up some opportunities. So we'll just see. It's next man up, right?
Yeah, I will say we were a little bit. I mean, I guess kind of concerned, kind of like you guys were saying. There was some concern that there was we were very deep, in how we're going to get playing time for all these guys, and we just solved that problem, which was to maim them. So, well, hopefully we don't see too many more injuries. Knock on wood or whatever you believe in.
Get it out of the way early.
Yeah, right. Do that stuff early. Nothing too bad for these guys, and hopefully, we have a good bill of health for the rest of the season, and then everybody recovers nicely. Because it's we like these guys. Both of these guys are going to be missed regardless. We wanted to see what Wiseman could do, and we got 4 minutes or 7 minutes of that, and then we know it. Well, we've got a pretty good idea. We've seen enough Isaiah Jackson to be excited about that guy. So, he's super duper athletic, and he's just getting better and better. So, that is, that's a bummer to miss that. So, wish all those guys the best of luck on their recoveries,
That's
and
right.
hopefully we'll see them soon. All right, guys. I think it's time now to move to an undegoogleable. It's been a little while, Colson.
Yeah.
You guys decided to bring the coast to you, and a couple weeks ago, and I feel like that messed up our rotation. I'm ready to answer some questions for you.
Oh, are we doing under Googleables?
That was the plan.
Super excited.
You told us we had to, so.
He said we signed up for it.
In the end, it's going to be better and more true than Google can give you.
What do you got for us this week, Colson? How can we help you?
So this one came up fairly recently, and I have no answer. So that's why I come to you guys. The phrase "like the Dickens."
Like the Dickens.
Are you familiar with the phrase, Joe?
I mean, I think so. I always thought it was sort of like you might say, "Oh, that hurt like the Dickens." It just meant it hurt a lot, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Feels like a
it
random
itches
modifier.
like the Dickens. Yeah,
it was an amplifier, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, you wouldn't, be a tough guy and say, "Oh, no big deal. It just hurt like the Dickens." There would be something that hurt a fair amount. So
yeah,
that's how I take it to be, sort of something. Yeah, it's a modifier to show that something is, on the high end.
Yeah, that's how you understand it too, Harper?
Yeah, work like the Dickens to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. My only thought originally, so I haven't, I try not to put too much thought into this, but I of course knew the phrase beforehand before asking you guys. My only thought was, is this related to Charles Dickens? That's the only Dickens I know.
Yeah, I mean, same here. That's the first thing I could think of was Chuck D, we call him, but yeah.
The other Chuck
and
D.
And so here's my going theory, and it's not a good theory, and I'm willing for it to be broken down very quickly. The Dickens was prolific and published in newspapers and was paid by the word. And so maybe he amplified language, maybe he exaggerated or extended sentences and paragraphs. And so if something was wrote like the Dickens, if you wrote like Dickens, you would bigger or amplified. So maybe start with he wrote like Dickens. And then it sort of morphed into something else.
I guess I'd always thought that this was just sort of a straight up substitution for devil. Work like the devil, hurt like the devil. I don't know why. You would substitute the devil. I mean, maybe it just came from a time that was so religious where even invoking the name of the devil was like a superstition too far.
That was the thing that came first to my mind was like maybe Puritans that.
But I don't even think you have to go that far. I mean, like we're constantly softening phrases like that, right? From damn to darn, and then darn to doohickey.
I don't know when that happened.
Yeah.
I assume a while ago, because I don't give a fuck.
I guess it was before it was the Black Mamba. Now it's the Maple Mamba. You're right.
But phrases in polite company. Maybe you wouldn't say the devil. That's you'd say something else.
Yeah, I mean, I had also often thought of Charles Dickens in this way, but I couldn't think of any of his writings that where the devil played a prominent role, and why that substitution would take place.
Would make sense.
Yeah,
sort of. But I mean, we do have other examples of the softening things that start with the same letter, right?
Yeah.
You go shit to shoot, and so we're going devil to Dickens. I don't know.
Are there any other non-Charles Dickens
that we know?
Yeah.
Dickens a box. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you just know the show. That's excellent. It's excellent for me. Thank you.
Was that German Saturday Night Live skit?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait to see how you spell that because I'm pretty sure that's the German way. Dickens the box. Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Don't blame Justin Timberlake. It's not our fault.
We got any other ideas? I mean, are there any other things that are Dickens? Yeah, not even.
Was Dickens named after the devil?
I think it's
Maybe
just
he's a hellspawn.
Yeah, no, I don't know any other phrases that use Dickens.
Okay.
As a replacement for other things.
I really don't.
It's always like the Dickens.
Yeah. So you like this as contemporaneous with Charles Dickens? So that would be 1840s, 50s, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and English. There's a London phrase going with.
Okay.
And I think that I do agree with you though that it was a softening for the devil, and Dickens was known for this stuff, and they just kind of it all meshed together. It appeared in time.
Well, I mean, I get that. It's just odd to me to use that phrase, like that to use somebody's name. It's like, oh, it hurt like the Colson. Not to but
right,
it's like
but
it's
I
just
mean,
somebody's name.
Right. But like, what if it was, your last name was Difflin, it hurt like the Difflin or the Dunbar, like, because it was with a D, like the devil.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Hurt like the Duff beer.
Joey, I think I'm going to have to piggyback on you. I would guess that it came from an earlier, more puritanical time.
Okay.
Maybe, maybe late 1600, early 1700, something like that, in some conservative, religious, culty sort of place.
Do you think it's uniquely American, or do you think it's European?
God, it just feels European, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels awful Englishy.
Like, I want to go Puritans, but it just feels so darn British.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because of my association with Charles Dickens.
And also, they don't really care about cursing as much as we do, right? Everything's bloody over there. Yeah, it's a good call. And like, there's all their TV shows curse stuff, right? And I don't know.
I mean, they were pretty good at being puritanical in their time.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you're going 1600s. Joey, what are you thinking?
That seems like a good range.
Okay, so if we were to combine all of our ideas, it would be invented in the 1600s and then made popular by popularized by Dickens.
By Charles Dickens, because he loved people using his name in a sacrilegious way. It feels very Dickensian, actually. There's no way I was going to get through this without using Dickensian in some manner.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing that.
I'm here for you, bud.
That was pretty sexy. We got any other guesses, or we should look it up?
That's all I got.
Okay.
I just don't know any other Dickenses.
It's strange that none of us took Shakespeare on this.
Oh. Why was it Shakespeare?
I don't know. It seems like anything from that time period, we should probably immediately be going to Shakespeare.
Yeah, Phrase Finder is saying Shakespeare used Dickens in The Merry Wives of Windsor, 1600. I cannot tell what the Dickens his name is my husband had him of.
Yeah, and it does appear to be a substitution for the devil.
Yeah, it looks
possibly
like
via Devilkins?
Yes.
That's a cute name for the devil? Oh, little Devilkins.
Well, a Devilkin is a small devil or imp.
Yeah, it's a cute devil. Devilkin.
Devilkin sounds like something that I would collect as like some sort of munchkin.
It's known as a minced oath.
Yeah, well, it's a minced oath.
It's a euphemistic phrase to avoid swearing, such as freaking heck.
Oh, sure.
Gadzooks. Or
Freaking
fracking.
You can say cheese and rice.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we were correct. It was a general intensifier. Just a euphemism for the devil and used in Shakespeare, Merry Wives of Windsor. Good Lord. Well, we were half there. You guys were half there. No
So,
Charles Dickens.
How do we... Yeah, I'm kind of... Because Shakespeare is one of the... It's one of the ones that we always... it's one of the few sort of tenets of the
game. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's falconry, there's boating, sailing, horse racing.
Yeah.
Pliny the Elder.
Shakespeare. Pliny the Elder and Shakespeare.
And that's it. Yeah. That's all. All things come from those things. Seafaring.
Right.
Did you mention that? Yeah.
Yeah, seafaring.
That's those five things. Everything comes from those five things.
But yeah, anything around 1600 or British for that matter, we should have been on seafaring or Shakespeare. It's got to be one of those two things.
Dickens is some part of a sail. I don't know. It's a rope. It's a pulley. Got to pull this Dickens.
Should we cut his mic?
Pull harder on the Dickens.
All right. Harper, also on that minced oaths list. Down near the bottom is Sacre Bleu.
Sacre Bleu.
Which apparently is a minced oath for Sang de Dieu, which is God's blood, which is apparently something you should not be saying.
God's hook is like God's hook. This is like some weird swearing back in the day.
Zounds is God's wounds. Why would you say that?
Yeah, because of the crucifixion thing. Very evil.
Oh, okay. Well, there's
very evil to crucify someone.
Yeah.
And then apparently you get in trouble for talking about it. So careful, Joe.
Gore blimey means God blind me.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
That seems like a weird way to curse yourself. Why would you want to say that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand a bunch of these. Some of them I
Maybe that was just for for kids who walked in on their parents. Very specific.
Just please God, blind me. But then that'd be the last thing you ever saw. Which
Oh man, yeah.
ugh.
apparently drat is for God rotted. I don't know, man.
Well, well done as always. I'm glad to ask my smart friends.
I feel like we got better at cursing. So
We totally whiffed on this one. Well, I blame Jason because he's not here.
Yep.
Yeah, he would have had Shakespeare.
He would have said Shakespeare immediately.
He's yelling. He's yelling at his phone right now.
Yeah. And I get it. You're right, man. Like that's on us. That's on us. Well, team, I think that brings us to the close of this show. We'll be back with you next week to discuss the week of Pacers basketball on Monday or so. Until then, you can hit us up on Twitter. You can go to facebook.com/theundebeatables, theundebeatables.com. There's also a contact form there on the website. Shout out at theundebeatables.com. And Colson, you can edit this out, but I'm assuming you got our True Social set up.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're either the Undebeatables or Undebeatables on that one as well.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our once and always coach, Bobby Sicklener. Turn out the light, the party's over.
What's the turbidity of your water?
I'm still 21 parts per million, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably why it's affecting my singing voice. Or also my hand gestures.
In your hands.
I think I just had a stroke.
Probably get that looked at.
Do they have tests for this, or are they just asking you to sample
To
it every
drink
once in
it,
a while?
yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, it feels like 18 parts per
I
million.
only passed out for 3 minutes this time. It's getting better.
And I sang.
I've
for
only
a
been
while.
shitting blood for a week. It's
Eugh.
You really know how to end a show, my man.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I actually in the off season I took a class on podcasting, and that was the professor's main advice. It was more blood shitting.
Yeah. Always ends there one way or another.
Sacre bleu.
Oh yeah, you start it with butt scooting and end it with blood shitting. You really got to ramp it up, you know. Yeah. Oh, nicely done, team, as always.
You said we, like that was like other people were involved.
Somehow we tacitly co-signed just by
yeah,
being
you're
here.
complicit
Yeah.
in this. That's
I
what I'm
know.
telling you. You signed up for this shit. Oh dear.
Gotta read that fine print more carefully.
Yeah.
And also, your name is Dr. McNasty now legally.
Did we have like a prenup or something on our podcast? I can't remember.
You just signed it real fast. You didn't read the fine print.
Ugh. I should have put an NDA on there for something too. I don't know. We should do an NDA for our listeners.
They would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure they
cannot
have to
just-
sign one before they slide into Colson's DM.
Baby, I'd like you to sign this NDA. Ladies love that.
Yeah.
Ladies love
Are you
NDAs.
lawyered up? And will you sign this NDA?
Otherwise, you're not allowed in my DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what DMs are?
They're like do not disturbs, right?
Yes.
We should probably read Slack's user agreement more carefully. We may be in violation of several clauses.
We're all consenting adults, I think.
We could get you to consent a little less readily. That'd be the best for everyone.
And loudly. And less turbidly.
I'm gonna go gargle with some city water.